Olympic bronze medalist Max Maeder. He joins me now in the studio along with Culture, Community and Youth Minister Edwin Tong. Minister Tong, Max, welcome to the studio and it's great to have you with us tonight. First of all, Max, the man of the moment, congratulations once again on your bronze medal. I see that you brought it along with you tonight. It's been almost a week since you stood on that podium. How have things changed for you?
Well, first of all, likewise, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you for having me. Well, I mean, it's sinked in, yeah, it's sunk in. However, I keep getting new experiences that still need to sink in. So I haven't gotten the whole thing nice and wrapped up in a ribbon yet.
Can we take a look at the bronze medal? I mean,
yes,
if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Here's the big reveal. Ta-da! Ta-da!
How beautiful is that? So you said you've been very overwhelmed by the reception at home. You received that hero's welcome at the airport. We saw that, and we saw you on that open-top bus parade as well this morning. People have been showering you with nothing but love and support.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, I mean, it's blown me away, really.
But leading up to all of this, we know you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself to perform, but the increased public interest and expectations, has that been an additional weight for you to carry?
I don't think so. I find it a great thing. I find it as a sign that I have the opportunity to share everything with more people. Right, and knowing that more people stand behind me in a sense. For me, so far, I have only felt the fact that I give myself I give myself the pressure. Right, that's the pressure that I feel, at least.
Yeah.
Perhaps that is affected by what other people say, but it is coming from myself specifically. So it is something that I'm familiar with and something that, competitors deal with all the time.
We've been seeing this outpouring of support from Max and Team Singapore Minister during the Olympics. And this is certainly what sports can do, isn't it? To really unite a nation.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you saw for yourself what it meant to Singaporeans today to welcome back our Olympians, both Max as well as the many others who did not come back with a medal. I think Singaporeans appreciate the grit, the determination, fighting very hard, seeing the Olympics as a platform to measure ourselves against the world's best. And I thought they did well, and I think Singaporeans showed their appreciation for it. And you can see, as you say, the power of sports and what it means to Singaporeans. We
clearly saw the support from the hero's welcome at the airport and today's bus parade as well. I mean, people were turning up despite the heavy downpour. It's also interesting to highlight, Max, that your younger brother, Carl, he's also in kite foiling, but he represents Switzerland. Why do you choose to represent Singapore?
Well, I mean, my brother, my brother, he went for, he is our Carl. He chose Switzerland, he couldn't choose. He only had one passport. So that's why he went for Switzerland.
Sure.
But I went for Singapore because if you really think about it, if you had to have Singapore chicken rice for the rest of your life or Swiss cheese fondue, the choice seemed pretty obvious to me, right? But I was born here. I felt Singaporean and I picked it before I knew what it all meant and yeah, went with it.
So chicken rice over Swiss cheese fondue. Okay, chicken rice anytime, right, Minister?
Anytime.
Okay, so you were alerted to Max when he was just an emerging talent, Minister, and you've been putting in so much effort to try to rally both the public and private sectors to get him to fly the Singapore flag and to basically provide the environment for him to succeed. Tell us more about that.
Well, Max was on our radar for some time. When he was 12, for the World Beach Games, he had the support of NYSI, and we had a team that worked with him. And somewhat fortuitously, Max's aunt and I go back quite a long way. We were law school classmates. I think we've known each other for 35 years now, almost. And so one day she got in touch with me and said, "Hey, my nephew is in kite foiling." And I said, "Kite what?" And she told me all about it and told me about him, sent me lots of pictures and sent me his profile. And then that got me thinking, and I started asking, and I said, "Let's meet with Max and his mum." I did, and he blew me away. He was 14 years old when we first met, and I think that it's important that we wrap support around an athlete who shows potential, but at the same time, we should also do that in conjunction with private sector. So I put him in touch with a sponsor, and I think they spoke. They found him suitable. And I think that journey that he has now gone on, supported by the government, by the public, by the private sector, I think is what we need to bring our athletes forward and to realize their aspirations.
And really going forward, will this be the blueprint for Singapore's sporting success? Early talent identification, comprehensive support in talent development from both the public and private sectors?
Both public and private, yes, as I've said, but I think to say that this is a blueprint, it depends, because no two sports are the same, and just like no two athletes are the same. Some develop earlier, some develop later. What's important for us is to have a wide pool of athletes, as many as possible playing in sports, have a clear pathway for high performance, and also have many entry points into high performance sports. That way we can maximize the potential and have as many Singaporeans represent Singapore at a high level as possible.
And Max, we know that you probably have a very busy schedule ahead of you. Now that you have tasted bronze, are you hungry for more?
Well, I think it's part of an athlete's personality to simply always want more. I mean, you know, even if it went well for you, you always think, oh yeah, what could I have done better? What could I've, you know, what's more for me? And obviously, I think I can't overcome the fact that I'm always hungry, even with food also.
We saw that this morning.
but you know, I'm excited to continue to compete, continue to train, and I hope now I get to share more of the joy with the people around me. Yeah.
Well, what's next for you? What are the key milestones that you are hoping to hit?
That has yet to be decided.
You just want to rest for a while now.
Well, I mean, I'm planning to go to compete in September, the 4th to 8th of September. I have an event already, and I'm excited to go back. And you know, I already want to hit the gym as well. So it's all just the regular flow, right? Continue improving, continue competing, and continue on the sport, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, wonderful. That's Max and Minister Tong. Don't go anywhere just yet. We are going to continue this conversation right after this break with our reporter, Alif Amshah. So do stay with us.